And good evening, everybody. We're back at the Natatorium, Oxford Wildcats, Avondale. Right now, it's going to be some ladies and girls swimming tonight. Looking forward to a great contest. We'll bring it to you. All the races and diving tonight, right on OCTV. Now, time for the national anthem. A 200 medley relay will have four young ladies in each lane, and they'll give us our lane assignments. Oxford is going to be in lane 1, 2, Avondale lane 3, Oxford 4, Avondale 5, 6 Oxford, and 8 Oxford. A lot of Oxford swimmers here tonight. Good to have you with us again. I'm about to get underway here with this 200 medley relay. And again, you're watching OCTV. Hopefully you guys are having a good night and going to catch some great swimming and dive competition here. And the swimmers are lining up. All the timers getting ready. It takes a little bit to get this thing underway, but once it gets going, we're off to the races. Pardon my expression, but that's exactly what we are, off to the races. Hopefully you guys are having a good one. Thanks for catching Oxford Sports on OCTV. Invite you to, we're going to be covering Oxford football from Clarkston this next week, so dial us up there. We got a lot of array of sports. We got volleyball coming up. We also have football, obviously, and, of course, swimming. Once again, they'll be getting started very shortly. Against once they start, it gets pretty. It goes pretty fast. As they get the timers ready, we again had just had the national anthem. Last week in Oxford, it was homecoming week. We had a great contest over there, despite Oxford's football loss. We had a great. It was a great night, great weather-wise. We've had great weather out there at the football games. Anyways, again, a few weeks back here, Oxford picked up a victory. Hopefully, they'll carry on with a win tonight. Again, Avondale, and it looks like Avondale does support itself with some divers as well. Joe Hewitt on the big camera up here on the top. We got Dan Zweiss on the bottom. He's doing the roving, and I'm your announcer, Jim Hughes.
Ready for some racing. Here we go. Event 1, girls 200-yard medley relay. There's 1 heat. Backstrokers in the water. Place your hands to feet. Take your mark.
Relay E is in lane 1, C and 2 for Oxford. Relay B for Avondale is in 3. Relay A for Oxford is in 4. 5 is in Avondale, and then you have 2 Oxford at BD at 6 and 8. Lane 7, nothing in lane 7 right now. Coming up on about a 28, and it looks like it might be in Oxford. And it is our first in on the Oxford. Timing going up on the board right now. 32.9 on the first lap there for Oxford. A strong showing in lane 4. Lane 2 by Oxford showing strong as well. Clicking away on the 200. Once again, it's a pretty good evening here. A pretty packed house. Looking at lane 3 as picking up, and that's Avondale. Avondale picking up some steam here. They got a 1:13 on the second leg as the third leg of the 200 jumps in for Avondale. And that is Oxford showing a 2 right now. Waiting for their swimmers to go in before they can hit the water. Strong showing out of lane 6 right now, 1:16. 1:29, Avondale checking in 6. And then lane 7 at 49 on that should be the second leg there for them. Oxford Avondale showing a strong relay in 1 in lane 3. 4, Oxford with a strong 2. Showing some very promising effort here. Lane 5 doing well for Avondale. Oxford showing some promise in 6. Oxford's picked up in 1 in lane number 4. Watch that. And Oxford in lane 4 will unofficially finish the race with a win right now, but you got to wait till everybody comes in. It looks like it's going to be a 1-2 Oxford and a 3 for Avondale, third place. Oxford pulls it on the first race here with the 200. Oxford with a 1-2. And Avondale rolling in with a 3. So there you go. Strong showing by Oxford right out of the gate in lane number 4. So that there right out of the gate, Oxford shows in with a 1 and a 2. Avondale with 3 on their third lane. And we'll get ready for our next heat, and that will be a girls 200-yard freestyle. That'll come up next year on OCTV. Lane assignment's going to be for the 200 free. Lane number 2 from Oxford, Anna Waite. Avondale, Fiona Lipsky in lane 3. Oxford will be represented in 4 with Megan Pavlock. Avondale in lane 5, and that'll be Zoe Kilborn. Oxford in 6, Bella Delano. And Avondale, Art Ati Rivera. And that'll be the 200 free. They'll get them up on the podium and get ready for the race. This ought to be a nice fast race. Single swimmers here. They jump on the top of the stands, and they're off. And Oxford showing pretty strong with lane number 4 right now, Megan Pavlock. Lane 4 coming in fairly well. 6 doing well as well, and that was another Oxford, Bella Delano. As we said, Megan Pavlock doing well. Bella Delano, Oxford against Oxford there. Third, Anna Waite. So far it's an Oxford 1-2-3. Oxford competing against itself right now. Strong showing coming in for Avondale in lane number 5. And again, it's up and down 2 times on that 200. It takes a lot of energy to do it. Pavlock still leading in 4, followed closely by Anna Waite. Pavlock in 4. Bella Delano in lane 6, that's what I should say. It's second, and third, Anna Waite in lane 2. She's coming in right now. So it's a 1-2-3 Oxford. Looking for another maybe possible sweep on this heat. As they get ready to wrap up this race. And it'll still be Megan Pavlock at 1:45.22. 38 on that round. Bella Delano a close second. Oxford competing against itself Anna Waite in lane 2. All 3 Oxford swimmers are leading your race right now. 2:01 clicking down, and we are looking at some great stuff here. Zoe Kilborn in lane 5 coming in strong for Avondale. Pavlok should finish it up right about here. It should be it, and that'll be Pavlok's race. Second going to Bella Delano. Now we'll see if Oxford finishes it out. And it be lane 2. We'll see if it's a 1, 2, 3. And that's how it falls. You have you have Megan Pavlok, Bella Delano, and Anna Waite. 1, 2, 3 Oxford. Oxford starting out strong tonight. Coming up next, you're going to have a heat called the Girls 200-Yard IM, and that's going to include 3 Oxford swimmers, Alex Foster, Kira Solitis, and Isabella Mezin. 3 swimmers in this next heat, Girls 200-Yard IM. This is going to be another 200. Then we have a long heat with the 50. Once again, it's great to have you with us. So far, Oxford showing strong.
Is the event 3, the 200-yard IM. 1 heat.
You have 3 swimmers again. Alex Foster in 2, Kira Solitis in 4, and Isabella Mezin. There they go. They're lined up. They're all Oxford swimmers, so it's going to be an Oxford win. We'll find out who is going to take the win. So Oxford actually competing against itself while trying to win the swim meet. Which is kind of cool because then you compete against your own teammates and you can find out who's better and if you can better yourself. And it's all about bettering your efforts. Alex Foster strong in lane 2, Kier Solitis in 4, and Isabella Mezin in lane 6. She's in 3rd right now. Will that hold? We'll find out in the next few minutes. And it looks like it's a strong lane 4. Kier picking up some speed on that one. Alex Foster still leading it right now. Kier on 2. Isabella 3. Alex Foster still showing a strong first place. Race still cooking along. Again, all Oxford swimmers in the pool right now. After the big, long 50-yard freestyle, we'll go to the diving competition. As they come back around, and it looks like it's going to be a strong, I want to say Kier Solitis, but in lane 2, Alex Foster doing well. Alex Foster shows 1, 2 going to Kier. And Isabella Mezin. Still trying to find out who's going to win out of this. Again, it's going to be an Oxford, go down as an Oxford victory, part of the team effort, but we'll find out who's going to win. Alex Foster comes in first. Kier Solitis in 2, and a 3rd going to Isabella Mezin, and it's all Oxford there. Coming up, we're going to be doing 5 heats of the girls' 50-yard freestyle. You're going to see some 36 swimmers come up here in the next few minutes. Avondale, lane 1, Oxford 2, Avondale 3, Oxford 4, Avondale 5, Oxford 6, Avondale 7, and Oxford at 8. Full lineup.
Girls 50-yard freestyle. There's 5 heats. This is heat 1.
And that'll be up and down once, and you're done on that one. As they're off in the first heat. And here they come. We'll see who takes the win on this one. Once down, once back, and you're done. That'll be Oxford in 4. Lily Carter in for 2 for Oxford. And Avondale with a 3rd place finish.
Go ahead, you guys can get out.
Right now, Oxford's showing a very strong night right now. We still got 4 more heats to get through on the freestyle. Coming up in the next one, it's going to be pretty much all Avondale, 1 Oxford swimmer. Heat 2 of 5, it'll be Risa Targateri, Natalia Quindinella, and Miranda Cartiff. Those are all going to be Avondale. Oxford's going to be represented in lane 6, Carol Tellez Nunez. Now we're showing 4 swimmers listed, and they've got 5 up there. So I'm not quite sure how that's listed up. It looks like Kayla Donnelly for Avondale is in there. It's an all-Avondale race pretty much. Oxford's being represented in lane 6. And this will go, we'll see how it goes. It should be Avondale probably. Actually, yes, 1, 2 for 2 lane there. 2 for lane 4. And Avondale takes that entire race there. Avondale for the 1, 2, 3. Coming up, another race here. It'll be Avondale in lane 1. Oxford in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And Avondale will bookend it and be in lane number 8.
This is girls 50-yard freestyle. This is heat 3 of 5.
And again, bookended by Avondale on each side. Oxford's in the middle. So here they go, a full set of swimmers in the pool right now. And they're in. Avondale looks like they got some strong 50s. Oxford leading over there in lane, it looks like lane 5 or 6. They'll flip it at the corner there, and it looks like it's a strong Oxford presence there right now. Strong Oxford presence, but we do have Avondale showing some promise on the far end. Here we go. We'll wrap it up here shortly. I tell you, they go fast. And it looks like it's a 1, 2, 3 Oxford right down the line. 4, 5, and 6. That's Ella Martin, Medell Delaney, and Crystal Johnson. 1, 2, 3 Oxford. Avondale took the 1, 2, 3 in the last race. Oxford this race. And now this is going to be heat 4 of 5 coming up next. All Oxford in this race. All Oxford. So again, Oxford racing itself. We know one of the swimmers there, Mike's daughter Molly Antonou. Mike used to work at OCTV years ago. As they roll out, we'll see what they got. I think Molly's showing a strong presence in 2. Here they, as they round the corner. Oxford strong in 3. Allie Stremish. And it's going to be, here we go, Elise Bishop in 4. 2 going to Kaylee Henke. And 3, Allie Stremish. All Oxford in there, and that was all Oxford race anyway. We split the field coming up in lane heat 5 of 5. Avondale in 1, Oxford in 2, Avondale 3, Oxford 4, Avondale 5, Oxford 6, Avondale in 7, and then Oxford finishes off in 8. It's a split field on this one.
Slimmer that's in 7, move to 4. 8.
As we get ready for the last heat before we go over to diving, they'll probably take a slight break before jumping into the diving competition.
This is now heat 5 of 5.
And 5 of 5 coming up. Then we get ready for diving. Right now, Oxford showing a strong presence, but Avondale doing well on this one as well. Matched field here right now.
Girls, you can clear the pool. The main pool is open for cool down. The divers are open to warm up.
And back with you. We're about to start the diving, a full set of divers tonight. It's going to be 10 divers, and then we'll go back to swimming. It's going to be a pretty lengthy diving competition here. You're watching on OCTV. Here we go. We're going to sign up here for the first dive. Again, 10 divers, full sets of dives coming up as well. So looking forward to that. And then we'll be back into the pool with some swimming right after that. Now, we really don't have a score sheet. We got to kind of keep a mental score here ourselves. So we will list them as 1, 2, 3, all the way through 10, and we'll score them here. Not quite sure if it's going to show up on the board. Hopefully it will.
The score, 1.5. 2. Emma doing a 101C, difficulty 1.2 for dive top.
And I guess they're not going to get it up on the scoreboard. I don't know how come we don't have it there, but we're not going to have it on the scoreboard tonight. 2, 2, and a 2 on the first diver. Second diver will show what she executed.
4.5. 4.5. Emma.
4.5 all the way across the board on that one.
2 for dive top.
Our third diver in the competition of 10.
Judges award. Three and a half, 4, 3.5. Caitlin doing a 301C, difficulty 1.6, reverse dive tuck.
And our fourth diver coming up right now to see what she can do.
Judges score 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Lily doing a 52-21D, back 1 somersault, half twist free, difficulty 1.6.
And our fifth diver already up right now for the first set of dives. Trying to keep on top of it, what we have score-wise. I have no idea why the scoreboard's not on, but so we're going to kind of keep our ear out for the scorer. Fifth diver gets...
Judges score 4.5, 4, 4.5. Kate doing a 301C, difficulty 1.6, reverse dive tuck.
And we're up to diver 6 in the first set of dives.
Judges score 5.5, 5.5,
5.5 right across the board on diver 6.
301C, difficulty 1.6.
Our strongest diver of the night is 6. Diver 7 up now. Oxford showing a real strong dive team.
Can I just ask Ryan, as the diver approaches the board, please? Five and a half, 5. Eden doing a 301, reverse dive straight, difficulty 1.6.
Diver number 8 is coming in right now.
Judges score 3.5, 3, 3. Reagan doing a 301B, difficulty 1.7, reverse dive pike.
Diver 9 scores at a
4.5, 5, 4.5. Triscan doing a 301B, difficulty 1.7, reverse dive pike. Judges score 5, 5, and 5.
and that right there will be our second strongest diver tonight. First one would go to 7,
Reverse dive tuck.
6, and then 10. On the first set of dives, it would be diver 7.
Judges score. Judge 2, 5, 6, and 5. Lizzie doing a 101C, front dive tuck, difficulty 1.2. Judges score.
And once again,
2 and 2. Emma doing a 103C, difficulty 1.6, forward 1.5 somersault, tuck.
and once again, it's kind of hard for us to see who's diving here. We got numbers for our divers because we're not listed on the scoreboard today, and again, makes it very difficult to call this. So we're just going by the number of the divers. So
Judges score. 4.5, 4, 5. Emma doing a 102C, difficulty 1.4, forward 1 somersault tuck.
hey, Joe,
Judges score.
is there a way to pick up his mic, because he's actually picking everything up, and I'm not even hearing anything. Is there a way to pick his mic up?
Difficulty 1.2.
Okay.
Forward dive.
Once again, we're trying to keep on top of this, but we're not sure. We don't have our divers listed here right now. And the thing about it is like we're getting scores, and again, you're seeing the dives here, but we're not getting the exact tabulated scores like we normally do.
5, 5, 5.
But again, we'll get the final results when it's over with, and diving is pretty strong here in Oxford.
1.7.
Who? Who is?
Judges score.
No, I mean, are you able to hear him? Because he's doing all. I was saying. Okay, use him then.
103C, difficulty 1.6.
Because he's actually. You're able to hear him? What we're going to do is we're going to turn it over to the house announcer and let him announce the dives and the divers, because right now we're blind up here. So here we go. We're going to turn it over to the house announcer. No? Okay, I guess we're not. But again, it's kind of hard to keep on top of the diving here right now because of the fact is that we're not sure who's flying in the air right now. So you are catching some great dives from Oxford divers here. And again, it'd be nice to know who they were because of the scoreboard.
Judges score.
Another great dive there, another high contender there in the diving platform for Oxford.
51-21B, front 1 somersault, half twist, 1.7 difficulty.
And the house announcer listing the degree of difficulty. And again, these ladies do a great job. They do multiple dives in the multiple degrees of difficulty here, and the judges score them appropriately as well. We have an Avondale diver lining up. And everybody keeps it quiet in the natatorium when the divers are up. They need some concentration. Oxford diver coming in, and Oxford has a very strong dive team. Probably one of the strongest that we've seen in years. I mean, before it was always the swimmers and maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 divers most, but Oxford shows up with a big set of dive, and that does make a difference in these competitions. And another well-executed dive here for Oxford.
Judges score. 5, 5, 5.5. Tristan, doing a 303C, difficulty 2.1, reverse 1.5 somersault, top.
And another dive, a well-executed dive, and we'll see what the judges have to say. And again, a few weeks ago, it was the dive team that actually helped Oxford win the competition. I'm trying to remember, it escapes me who they were going up against in the meet, but they didn't have any divers represented at all. Oxford has that strong diving force. Another executed dive by Oxford.
Judges' score is 5.5, 6-5. Next diver is Emma, doing a 401C, difficulty 1.4, inward dive tuck.
And again, as I say, we're going to speak to the coaching staff here to find out what was going on with the scoreboard, because it makes it a lot easier for us to say who's doing what here. Obviously, you're seeing the girls fly, but it'd be nice to know their degree of difficulty and all that as well. But we are not seeing that right now, so we're kind of guessing along with you. So watch some exciting diving here.
Judges score 4.5, 4. Emma doing a 103.
And right after the diving competition, we'll be doing some swimming. We have another 13 races to get through.
Judges score 4.5, 4. Caitlin doing a 103C, difficulty 1.6, forward 1.5 somersault tuck.
And Caitlin up as she gets another well-executed dive from our Oxford.
Score 5.5. Lily doing a 101C, drop, dive, tuck, difficulty 1.2.
And we're seeing another diver hit the platform there. Let's see what she can do. And again, a lot of this is about besting yourself, and that's another Avondale diver.
Judges score 4.5. Kate doing a 401C, difficulty 1.4, inward dive tuck.
And we have another Oxford diver up again. Oxford still showing strong with their dive team. And well represented there for Oxford.
Score 4.5. Sarah doing a 103C, difficulty 1.6, forward 1.5 somersault tuck.
And another Oxford diver checking in. And they all make adjustments to the board, just like she's doing right now. I mean, maybe she wants it, a solid board. Maybe she wants it a little loose. She knows what she wants when she goes to execute the dive, and you just saw her do that. So, a lot of preparation as they fly here. Another well-executed dive for Oxford.
4.5.
Sun peering through the natatorium right now, kind of coming through the far west, as today, as we tape this, is the official end of summer. At 9 o'clock tonight, summer does end. Not sure if this will be over with by the end of summer, but it might and it might not be. We might be heading fall before this ends. Another diver coming up, and it looks like another representative from Avondale. She's off flying on the board. Oxford hits the board real fast. No adjustments needed here, I don't think. I think she's ready for it. Reagan, I know that name from the last time we covered this. Reagan does sets up for her dive. As she gets ready, and she executes that perfectly for Oxford.
Score 4.5, 5, 4.5.
That's perfectly executed there.
Doing a 104B, 2.3 difficulty, forward 2 somersault pike.
And she takes a big bounce, and into the pool she goes.
Judges score 6.
And again, you're seeing all these ladies dive on OCTV, Swim and Dive, Oxford Swim and Dive. Great to have you along with us. Hope you guys are having a good one. Again, we'd like to know who they were, but obviously the scoreboard not helping us out tonight, so we'll tabulate the scores at the end. Again, a great array of divers for Oxford and Avondale right now. And you're seeing some really talented young ladies out here doing what they do.
The score 6, 6.5, 6. Emma doing a 201A, difficulty 1.7, back dive straight.
And as the sun peers through the natatorium, the divers are up on the boards. Another Oxford diver coming up. She's at the end of the board. She's into the water she goes. And again, it's a strong diving competition here tonight.
Emma doing a 401C, difficulty 1.4, inward dive tuck.
Emma up on the board again. She's a strong diver for Oxford. Again, they're all strong. And they do add to the competition.
Judges score 3.5.
Now, Oxford recently just added the big board. I mean, I might have been there a few years, but that big board over there, and we've yet to see anybody use that. That'd be kind of cool. We were trying to contact Joe Hewitt to see if he'd like to go up on the big board over there and do a cannonball, but he said no.
Judges score.
And the divers are
5 and 4.5.
You can't beat that. 5, 5, and 4.5. Again, though, they'll tabulate it up at the end, and we'll get a final score. Usually we do, and then again, we're back to swimming right after this.
Judge score 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Key doing a 402C, difficulty 1.6, inward 1.7.
And she makes an adjustment on the board like she does once in a certain way if she sets up for her dive right now. And again, your divers will set it up the way they want it for each dive they're going to do. Gets a big spring on it, and in she goes.
Judge score. Judge 2, 4, 5.5, 5.5. Sarah doing a 401C, difficulty 1.4, inward dive tuck.
And now we make another adjustment to the board. She likes it a little bit different than our previous diver, so she'll set it up the way she wants to. Lines up at the end of the dive. She's making sure the judges know what she's going to do. And that's important too, because of the fact is that the degree of difficulty. And she does her dive.
Judges score. 5, 6, 5.
And that's almost perfect there. 5, 6, and a 5.
Inward dive tuck, difficulty 1.4.
You can't really get much better than that. I mean, you can get a perfect score, but that there is coming in real close. Another adjustment being made there for another diver. She gets up on the board. And that, of course, is our Avondale team being represented right now. She sits on the end, gets ready for her dive. Arms out. And she'll execute it here shortly. And she does.
Judges score 4, 4, 4.
And she scores 4s all the way across on that one. Reagan back up on the board again, and she's one of the strongest divers for Oxford here.
1.5 twist, 3.
And the thing is, as I say, a full array of people watching you do this. I can't even imagine the pressure of having to execute a dive that, you know, it would be challenging enough to do it in the natatorium by yourself. You had a whole company of people watching you.
Judges score. 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. Tristan doing a 403C, difficulty 2.2. Inward, 1.5 somersault tuck.
All right, and there we lined that one up. And she lines inside she goes.
Judges score.
Another Oxford diver coming to the diving board, making her adjustment on the dive.
Doing a 104C, difficulty 2.2 for 2 somersault tuck.
And she gets high on the board off of that one there.
So the score, five. Emma doing a 202C, difficulty 1.5, back 1 somersault tuck.
And she'll get a somersault out of this one. We did hear the house announcer say that. She makes her way to the end of the board. She's concentrating. And she executes it.
Judges score, 4, 4.5. Emma doing a 201A, difficulty 1.7, back dive.
And adjustment on the next diver to the board. Again, like you say, we go back to it. They like the way they have their board when they set up to do their dives. Maybe you know, again, like a little spring to your dive. Maybe you want it a little bit more challenging.
Judges score.
And we got another Oxford diver approaching there, and she makes her adjustment.
Caitlin doing a 201A, difficulty 1.7, back dive straight.
And she makes her way to the end of the board, making sure the judges know what she's got to do. And boom, she's into the water.
Judges score. 3. Lily doing a 401C, inward dive tuck, difficulty 1.4.
Another, it looks like this is an Avondale diver going up, right? Avondale diver lining up. They pretty strong dive team themselves.
Judges score. 4.55. Kate doing a 201C, difficulty 1.5, back dive tuck.
Kate likes the board. She always makes that adjustment when she gets up there.
Judges score, 4.5. Sarah doing a 201C, difficulty 1.5, back dive tuck. Judges score, 4. Eden doing a 402C, inward 1 somersault tuck, difficulty 1.6.
And we're doing a lot of diving tonight. It's a full set of divers, 10 divers tonight. And they'll be wrapping up here shortly. And again, they'll take a slight break, another break. And then they'll be in the pool to finish out the races. We got the big 500 coming up tonight. It's Avondale and Oxford. Oxford showing pretty strong swim side of it all. Diving-wise, again, we're a little at odds with that tonight because we're not able to see who's scoring what and who we can just see the divers like you. So that's going to be quite interesting at the end. Another Avondale diver up here on the board for you. She lines up to make her dive. Gets a little bounce, and in the pool she goes.
Judges score.
And another Oxford diver coming to the board for Oxford here.
401C, difficulty 2.2, forward, 2 somersault tuck.
And she gets a lot of height on that one. Another Oxford diver coming, and she makes the adjustment on the board. And 5.5 on the last set of dives. So strong Oxford tonight with this again. And I have to imagine their diving team is helping them in a lot of these meets that they used to have. And again, back in the day, we would have more swimmers than divers. And now it's like almost even getting evenly matched, at least. Oxford again, part of that strong dive team.
Judges score 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. Josie with a 4.3C, difficulty 2.2, inward 1.5 somersault tuck.
And she lines up for it, and she executes that one perfectly.
Judges score 6.5, 6.5, 7.
And you can't do any better there. 6.5, 6.5, and 7. Very strong score on that one.
Final dive, 51.22D, 1.9, forward 1 somersault, 1 twist.
She, the last diver, probably the strongest score tonight so far. Oxford up on the board still. And she halts just before she goes, and I'm not quite sure how she'll be scored on that. Didn't like the feel of what was happening, and she's like going to start it over again to make sure she executes it perfectly, and there you go.
Judges score. One and a half.
And she isn't scored that strong, but she at least stopped herself. She knew she didn't want to proceed with it, and she wanted to set herself up. So you have to hand it to her for doing that. I mean, if it doesn't feel right, it's no use trying to accomplish something that you're not going to feel right about. So, and she'll best herself on the next dive.
3, 3, 3. Caitlin doing a 51.22D. Difficulty.
Caitlin coming up, and we know she's one of the strong divers for Oxford. Gets some height up there, and in the pool she goes.
Judges score. Three and a half.
Nah, again, not the strongest score there.
With a 51.21.
And we have another Avondale diver approaching her dive here.
This is free. Difficulty 1.7.
And she gets some air on the board, and there she goes.
Judges score. At 51.21D.
Ray, I believe this is Reagan coming up.
3.5. 3.5. Key doing a 52.21D. Difficulty 1.7. Back 1 somersault, half twist, free.
And she gets ready to line up to do her dive on the end of the board as she, oh, there we go. Another strong diver for Oxford here. Gets some air, and there she goes inside the pool.
Judges score. 4.5, 5.
And 4.5, and 5 right across the board.
52.21D, difficulty 1.7, back 1 somersault, half twist, free.
Making an adjustment on the board again. And she makes her dive. We'll see what her score is.
Score 5, 5.5, 6. Eden doing 20 or 202A, back 1 somersault straight, 1.7.
And the Avondale diver getting ready. Lines up on the end of the board. Does a flip on that one.
Judges score 4, 4.5, 4.5. Reagan doing a 51-32D, difficulty 2.2, forward, 1.5 somersault, 1 twist, 3.
She's going to get a somersault on this one, and into the pool she goes.
Judges score 5.5, 5.
And again, tonight we have 10 divers, so you're seeing a lot of great dives here. And a lot of the young ladies are will best themselves, so maybe check themselves a bit. If they don't get a good score, they'll actually go back and try to improve upon it. And again, quite an array of divers here tonight in Oxford.
Judges score 5, 4.5, 4. Last and final dive this evening, Josie.
And this will be the final diver tonight. We saw a lot of talented divers on both sides of the pool. Again, my apology for not having the scoreboard not working properly, and we weren't able to actually see who was doing the dives. We were keeping track of the score. Some football players walking by here. Did you guys do good? Yeah. Good. You did? Come here for a minute. Come here. We'll see about getting an interview. Wait till this should be ending in 2 seconds. I'm going to interview you guys, okay? Okay, so we're gonna, I think are you guys freshmen? Okay, cool. Stay right here, okay? You want to? They're going to take a slight break. We're going to catch up with the divers and find out who won. We're going to catch up with the freshman football team here, okay? I'm going to stand up, and here we go. And we're at the auditorium, and the guys are like walking through here, and I know they were playing when we rolled in here, so I got to do this with the mic, guys. Hold on. So, what's your name?
Samir Al-Shabi.
And what do you do?
I play football.
Well, football. I mean, what's your position? Oh, I wouldn't have guessed. And what do you-
I play right guard and D tackle.
Okay, what's your name?
Nathan Greer, and I play center and D tackle.
Oh, you're in the middle there, right? You're right in the center. But what about you?
I'm Antonio De La Rosa. I'm a wide receiver.
Okay, now you guys played Clarkson? You beat them?
Yeah.
Darn, man, that's good. You want to go tomorrow night? I mean, we're going to be over there in Clarkson. You're going to show up over there tomorrow?
Yeah.
We're going to be up in the press box. So, how's your season so far?
It could have been better, but we're doing good.
You're getting better all the time.
Beat the two important teams, yeah.
Who's your guys' coach?
Coach Bull, Coach Kevin, and Coach Cardona.
Okay, anything you guys want to say to anybody? You guys came by here to see the swimmers, huh? So anything you want to say to them?
Just like,
Go Oxford.
yeah, go Oxford.
Okay, hey, freshman football players, you guys, we're going to see you on the varsity field in a few years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, say hi to everybody in Oxford TV. Hi. Hey, there you go. Thanks, guys. Good job on the. What was the score?
19-14.
They won, 19-14. Way to go, freshmen. I know. I'm so very good. Good job, guys. And back with you on Oxford Swim and Dive. Good evening, everybody. We are in the second half of it all. I just finished up diving. And I must apologize for the scoreboard. We weren't able to keep on track of what divers did. We know Oxford did well. One of the Avondale parents came by and they said he believes Oxford's a 1, 2, 3. His daughter's a diver. We wanted to congratulate her as well. But again, I apologize on behalf of not being able to cover the diving like we should. Again, we're going to have to talk to the swim team here or whatever and find out what's going on with that scoreboard. We're going to be doing our first set of races again. And again, we are going to be event number 6, girls 100-yard butterfly. And we do have a listing of the divers. We don't know their scores, but we'll roll the divers' names down here. Emma Castonia, Emma Lejana of Oxford, Caitlin Barlow, Kate Datsko, Sarah Kohlenberg, Lizzie Culbertson from Avondale, and Tristan Krajarski from Oxford, Lily Schroeder of Avondale, and Eden McClellan, that was the father we talked to from Avondale, Josie Reum of Oxford, and Reagan Burns. So those were your divers. Again, we were apologetic that we didn't get the scores. We do believe Oxford did well. 100-yard butterfly, Oxford in lane 2, 4, and 6. And that'll be Emma Chamberlain, Elena May, and Elsie Bishop. Oxford against Oxford against Oxford. So we'll see what they can do here. It's 100, so... down and back 4 times. Elena May leading so far. Emma Chamberlain with 2. And the scoreboard does work well with the swimmers. And your winner's going to be number 1, Elena May. And we'll wait to see who number 2 is. Coming in, it looks like lane number, 5 or 6? And that should go to Elsie Bishop, or nope, Emma Chamberlain with 2. And Elsie Bishop with 3. And all Oxford field, Oxford wins, of course. Now we're going to jump over to the Heat 7, Event 7, and that'll have 4 heats. Coming up in Heat number 1, it'll be Oxford in lane 1, Mary Burchard. Eden McClellan, now that was the young lady we talked to, her dad. She's a diver and swimmer at Avondale. Jocelyn Flores from Avondale. Christina Tett of Avondale. Lily Carter of Oxford, and Delilah Lipsky of Avondale. That's going to be heat number 1 of 4 in the girls 100. Coming up right after these 4 heats, we do that big impossible race, the 500. We have 3 Oxford entrants and 1 Avondale entrance in the 5. As they get
girls 100-yard freestyle. There is 4 heats. This is heat 1.
And again, lane assignments: Oxford in 2 and 6, Avondale 3, 4, 5, and 7. They're up on the podium and they're in, and there they go.
Lane 3, Eden Lane 4, Jules Flores.
And remember, it's 100, so it's backing down twice. And they're coming back for the first round. We'll see how they stand. And they'll make one more roll around for the first heat of 4. Mary Bouchard of Oxford's doing well. Ida McClellan, that was the gentleman that we spoke to, her dad. And Jocelyn Flores from Avondale. Avondale's showing some strength here in rows 3 and 4, in lanes 3 and 4. Again, Eden McClellan, her dad said that she's doing good in her diving, but she's also a good swimmer as well. Here we go. This is coming up. We'll see who does this one. Very strong divers from our swimmers from Oxford and, of course, Avondale right now. It looks like Avondale's going to take this one. It looks like it's going to be an Avondale race. And it will be, or no, it'll be Mary Burchard of Oxford in 1 and lane 2. Edie McClellan, that was her father we talked to. She takes 2nd. And Jocelyn Flores from Avondale. So 2 in 1 in there. 2 Avondale and 1 Oxford there for that one. Heat number 2 of 4 for Oxford, lane 1, Carol Tellez Nunes, Raisa Targaturi of Avondale. Oxford's got 3, 4, and 5 lined up their lanes. Olivia Bristow, Julia Knapp, Delaney Sikora. And then we rounded off with some Avondale in 6 and 7, Atai Riviera and Natalie Quindentella. Here we go. We got a full field 1 through 7, and they're lined up on the stands, and they get ready to go, and there they go.
Lane 1, Carol Gomez. Lane 2, Russia Target. Lane 3, Olivia Biscoe. Lane 4, Julie Knapp. Lane 5, Brittany Sandel. Lane 6, Anna Rivera.
As they make the turn for the first time down and back, they'll have another chance to go. We'll see who's leading the race. It looks like we got a strong lane number 4 from Oxford, Julian Knapp. And actually a lane number 5, Delaney Sikora. And that's 1 and 2 so far, Oxford. They'll go down one more time and bring it back for the second heat of 4. As they make the turn, here they go. It's coming for the home stretch. And we got a strong lane number 4 and 5, and that's all Oxford in the middle. And will she finish? She does. And that's going to be Delaney Sikora from Oxford for the 1. 2 going to Julian Knapp of Oxford. 3rd place finish, Olivia Bristow. And that's 1, 2, 3 right in the middle there. We're going to line up for heat 3 of 4. This is an all Oxford heat. Crystalline Johnson, Isabella Hurst, Molly Antonou, Cheyenne Frank, Isabella Mezin, Kaylee Henke, and Zoe Cogswell. This is all Oxford in the next race. And then we'll round it out with an even matched field. All Oxford to be swimming against themselves and see what they can do personal best. And it's all Oxford in.
Crystalline Johnston is lane 2, Isabel Hurst. Lane 3, Molly Antonou. Lane 4, Cheyenne Frank. Lane 5, Isabel Benson. Lane 6, Kaylee Henke. And lane 7, Zoe Cogswell. On deck is heat 4 and 4.
And they make the round and coming back, of course, it's Cheyenne Frank, Isabella Mezin, and Kaylee Henke. 1, 2, 3 out of 4, 5, and 6. Will they hold that way? We'll find out. Again, it's Oxford against Oxford here. You got one Oxford coach out there doing what he can to coach them all. As they roll around, it looks like it's going to be Cheyenne Frank. She's rolling in strong in 4. Here we go. Again, Oxford it's an all Oxford race, so you know Oxford's going to win. And Cheyenne Frank comes in 1. 2, Isabella Mezin and Kaylee Henke. So 1, 2, 3, they were all in 4, 5, and 6. And one final heat here in this event 7. We jump to the 500, and that does take a few minutes. represented by Oxford in lane 2, Bella Delano. Avondale at Kaylee Dolney, and lane 3, lane 4 is Oxford, Megan Pavlock. Sarah Collins from Avondale in 5, and Nora Wright in 6 for Oxford, and Avondale 7, Miranda Cardiff. And they'll be off to the races here. In the pool they go.
Bella Delano, lane 3, Kayla Dolney, lane 4, Megan Pavlock, lane 5, Sarah Collins, lane 6, Nora Wright, lane 7, Miranda Cardiff.
And there they go. It's an Oxford-Avondale thing here. We'll find out where they stand on the first round, and then they'll have to make it and do it again. Here we go. Let's see where we're at. Watch 4 and 5. They're strong lanes. And number 1 is going to be Megan Pavlock in 4. 2 is Bella Delano in 2. 3, Nora Wright in 6. If it stands that way, it'll be an all-Oxford race again. And then we'll be jumping to the 500. Now, Avondale has 1 entrant in the 5. We got 3. That is one heck of a race. You're going to want to stick by for that. Here we go. It looks like lane number 4. This looks like it's going to go to Megan Pavlock. And it looks like it's a, no, actually, Bella Delano in 2. Bella Delano comes in 1. 2, Megan Pavlock in 4. And number 3, Nora Wright in 6. And all Oxford there as well. Oxford scoring real high tonight here on the team.
Girls, you can exit the pool.
And now they'll get ready for the big 500, and this is a big race. And I tell you, you're going to have 4 racers in the 500 here. It's going to have 3 Oxford racers and 1 Avondale racer. Lane 2 will be Maya Shelby. Lane 4, Alex Foster. Zoe Kilborn in lane 5, and Kira Salutis in 6.
County, move back.
Once again, we got 4 racers in the 5 here. Avondale represented by 1. You'll, if you're an Avondale fan, you're going to want to watch lane 5. Oxford's in 2, 4, and 6.
All right, we're at event 8, the girls 500-yard freestyle.
And again, this one is definitely one that takes a lot of challenge to do. 500. And it looks like we are going to have just Oxford. I'm not sure what, I didn't see where lane 5, did lane 5 have a, I guess maybe she DQ'd. Lane 5 DQ'd for Avondale.
In lane 2, we have Maya Shelby. In lane 4, we have Alex Foster. And in lane 6, we have Kira Soliotis.
Kira Soliotis. And again, it's all Oxford against each other in the 5. So Avondale not even represented here on this one. Maya leading it so far, but we have a long race to go. Coming up after the 5, it's the girls 200, 2 heats, and then we have the girls 100 backstroke. Event 11 will be the 100 breaststroke, and the event 12 and the final event will be the 400 freestyle. Still a lot of swimming ahead of us. Got a, looking out the window here, a beautiful sunset out here tonight. Great catching up with that freshman football team. They were walking through the natatorium, and I kind of mentioned, hey, you want to talk, guys? And they played Clarkston out on the football field. Right now, the JV game's out there. And they beat them, I guess he said 19-7. I believe that's what the score was. We're going to be taping in Clarkston tomorrow night. And again, by the time you see this, this will already have happened. But watch for the game on TV, Channel 19, OCTV, 191. You know where we're at. Again, the Oxford taking on Clarkston. We're going to be there live covering the away game. But again, congratulating the Oxford freshman football team today, picking up a win over Clarkston, 19-7. And it's Oxford against Oxford right now with the 500. And I tell you, this is what, when we first started covering swimming, I was amazed by the energy level that these young ladies have to put into this. It's a very challenging race, a race that'll play mental hoaxes with you. We talked to Rod Charles many years ago. He was an avid swimmer, avid swimming judge, and he basically said the 500 will confuse you. It will make you think you're ahead, and you aren't. And you've got to play the game of, sustained tolerance, and yet you still got to make sure you're able to finish the race. So the 500 rolls down the track as we have Maya Shelby in lane 2, Alex Foster in 4, Kier Solidus and all represented by Oxford in lane 6. Right now, Alex Foster showing a lead. Alex Foster at 3:12.52. But again, there's still a lot of race to run. Maya Shelby at 2 right now in lane 2. And that would put Kieran 3 and 6. Again, an all Oxford race, so we know how it's going to finish out. It's going to be Oxford, but which 3 Oxford are going to end up with a place here? Right now, at a second is Maya Shelby at 4:04 and Kier at 3. Alex Foster, lane number 4 right now, shows a very big lead. Now, can she hold the lead? She's sitting on 4:33 in first place right now. Coming in strong, Maya Shelby. Maya will see on the second turnaround. We'll see what she has here. 4:48, Kier at a 4:50. They are neck and neck, both Maya and Kier. Alex got a commanding lead. Now, will she be able to hold that is the question. Very exciting 500 going here for all Oxford against all Oxford. And I guess bragging rights of the pool if you win this one. Alex Foster at 5:13 in lane number 4. Watch lane 4. She's got a commanding lead right now. Maya and Kier are right next to each other. They're running 1 and 2, or 2 and 3. We'll see the times here. Kier picks up a bit of a lead there in second right now. Maya in third. They just switched there, but they're running together. Alex is a good half a length in the pool ahead of both of them. And Alex Foster, she makes the turn at 5:52. 5:52 for Alex Foster right now. The two that are neck and neck with each other, Maya Shelby and Kier Solidus. We'll see what their times are. Kier was leading it on the last round, but it looks like Maya might have come in. Maya, nope, it's still Kier at 6:13. Maya shows us 6:16. They are running together, and Alex Foster is way in front of the gang. Alex Foster on the turn at 6:27. That's a final. She will get first place on that. Alex Foster with 6:27.99. And she actually bested her record. Her record was 6:37.84. She bested her record there at 6:27.99. Alex had a 6:37.84. Now she's at 6:27.99. Kier at 6:52.19. Kier actually bested her record as well. 6:52.19. She bested. She was 6:53 prior. And Maya Shelby at 7:02. We didn't have a finish on the last one. But it's 1, 2, and 3. It's all Oxford. With the two personal bests, 6:27 with Alex besting her record, and Kira Soletis, she bested her record.
Nice job, ladies. Go ahead and exit the pool.
Now we're going to jump into two heats in this one. The next one is girls 200 freestyle race. Now the good news there is both was it Alex Foster and Kira, they both bested their times in the pool with that event. Heat number one, it's the girls 200 freestyle relay, 4 racers. We've got lanes 3, 4, and 5 all represented. They're all Oxford racers. It's an all Oxford race. Followed by heat number 2, and then we have 3 more races, and I do believe that's going to be it for the night. And we'll get the score and find out who won. It looks like it's going to be an Oxford win.
Next event is event 9. It's the girls 200-yard freestyle relay. We have 2 heats. This is heat 1. In lane 3, we have Teles Nunes, Bristow, Knapp, and Sciorro. In lane 4 for Oxford, we have Carter, Johnston, Coxwell, and Hurst. And in lane 5 for Oxford, we have Morris, Bouchard, Martin, and Delaney.
As they get around, they have 4 swimmers in this heat, 2 heats here. Heat 1 of 2. Relay F is winning this one right now. Relay E is in second, and Relay D coming in third. They're going to roll out again as the new swimmers dive in. As the others are up on the podium, ready to wait till the swimmer to come home. We'll see how that rolls out next. Relay E1, D2, F3. And we'll see how it plays out. Divers are up on their swimmers are up on the podium. And they're off 1, 2, and 3 from the bottom up, 5, 4, and 3. And your winner is going to be E, D for 2, and F3. So
Ladies, go ahead and exit the pool.
lane 3 for 3, 2 and 4, and 1 and 5. All Oxford there. Heat number 2 of 2. We have it evenly represented. Oxford in lane 2, Avondale in lane 3, Oxford 4, Avondale 5, Oxford 6, and 7 with Avondale. A full deck of swimmers. 4 times 7, and you got 28 swimmers on the deck right now.
All right, we're going to do heat 2 for event 9, the girls 200-yard freestyle relay.
I should say 28. I knew I did my math wrong. I was sitting there going, that don't seem right. 28 on the deck right now on this race.
In lane 3, we have Avondale, Team B. In lane 4, we have Oxford, Team A. In lane 5, we have Avondale, Team A. In lane 6, we have Oxford, Team B. And in lane 7, we have Avondale, Team C.
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. We have got an hour left of summer. An hour left of summer as the swim meet rolls on. We will roll into foul here. Leading the race right now is Relay B for Oxford. Relay A is in second. Relay A for Avondale is coming in with a strong third. One is Relay B. .143 coming up on 5. And we have a strong relay. It's going to go Relay B for first place for Oxford. 2 will go to Relay B of Avondale in 3. And Oxford pulls in with a third place in 4. Once again, though, they have a few more swimmers out there that are still completing the race. One more in the pool, and they will cheer her on so she can get back and do her completed race. Right now, as it stands unofficially, Oxford, Avondale, and Oxford. Last swimmer, and everybody will cheer for her so she can get in. That's what I love about swimming, is everybody cheers for the each team. It doesn't matter. You're all swimmers. And she finishes her race just like she should, and that'll wrap it up there.
Nice swim, ladies. Go ahead and exit the pool.
Coming up next, event number 10, girls 100 backstroke. We have the 100 breaststroke and then the big 400 freestyle. That'll wrap it up for the night. Oxford showing some very solid promise here at the Natatorium tonight. Once again, glad you could join us on Oxford Swim and Dive. Again, we do apologize on the dive portion of it, but we do believe Oxford has taken the dive portion. Just wish we could have had some names there for you. Let me roll through the names that we have that were divers tonight, so you're going to have to just figure out who they are. Diver 1 was Emma Castonia, Emma Lajana in 2, Caitlin Barlow 3, Kate Datsko 4, Sarah Kohlenberg 5, Lizzie Culbertson 6, Tristan Krajarski in 7, Lily Schroeder in 8, and she's represented by Avondale. So is Lizzie Culbertson. We also had Josie Reum of Oxford, Eden McClellan of Avondale, and Reagan Burns of Oxford. So those were our divers. Again, sorry we weren't able to catch you the scars and all that properly, but we had a lot of great divers earlier tonight. Coming up again, this is event 10, girls 100 backstroke. It's up and down 4 times, 2 times each. And then we go to the breaststroke after that, and then the 400, and that should put a wraps on it. Again, we're less than an hour, and summer will be over with, and we'll be falling into fall.
All right, now for event 10, the girls 100-yard backstroke.
And this is the backstroke, so it's pretty self-explanatory. They kick off and they dive under. When they come up, they got to start going on the backstroke. So the advantage here is to take as much time underwater as that you don't have to do the backstroke until you come up. And lane 5 is doing very well for Oxford right now. Or Avondale, that's Avondale. Lucy Hockman. Hockman came up very late. She used almost half of the pool to get through underwater, and that has to be an advantage. And Elena May of Oxford, Seaman O'Haron of Oxford, and Anira Chaparro for Avondale. Coming up after that's the breaststroke and then the 4 freestyle. Here we go. They're making their final turn and final home, and we got Elena May picks up the first one on there. Number 2 will be Seaman O'Haron of Oxford, Samantha. And 3 will go to Anera Chaparro of Avondale.
All right, nice swim, ladies. Go ahead and exit the pool.
Next coming up, it's going to be the 100-yard breaststroke. And then we have the big 400. That involves an evenly matched field, but a very strong Oxford team tonight. As we get ready for the breaststroke, it'll be lane number 2, Emma Chamberlain in Oxford. Lane number 4, Nora Wright from Oxford. Lane 5 is Emily Nash of Avondale. Ella Martin 6, and a weight of 8. So we got one in the middle, that's Avondale, and that is lane number 5. They're up on the podium, and down they'll go. There you go, they're in. And when they come up, they got to do the breaststroke.
Lane 4, we have Nora Wright. In lane 5, we have Ashley Nash. In lane 6, we have Ella Martin. And in lane 8, we have Hannah Rader.
And here we go. And they still got one round to do. Back under they go. They kick off at the bottom. The advantage is to stay underwater as long as you can. When you come up, you got to do the breaststroke. And they'll make the final turns at the far end of the pool here. And we'll find out. We have that Avondale swimmer out there in lane 5. Oxford very strong tonight. And we will see Nora Wright on lane 4. Emma Chamberlain, that would be Emma Chamberlain. She pulls into 2 and 2. And Ella Martin 3. And again, it's pretty self-assured that Oxford's got this one tonight. Coming up, it's going to be event number 12, girls 400-yard freestyle relay.
Almost home, almost home. Let's go, people. Let's give her some love. Thank you, ladies. You can access the water.
And we have one final event, girls 400-yard freestyle relay. That's going to involve Oxford in lane number 2, Avondale lane 3, Oxford 4, Avondale 5, and Oxford in 6. And the natatorium kind of sparsely letting out. Seeing what time it is, I think we only got about 30 minutes left of summer. Nope, we got about 42 minutes left of summer. At 9 o'clock tonight, we go to fall.
All right, this is the last event of the evening. This is event 12, girls 400-yard freestyle relay. There's only one heat.
Final heat tonight of this one. And this will be the girls 400 freestyle. In they go. And they're pretty evenly matched across the board, Avondale and Oxford.
Lane 3, we have Avondale, Atari, McMahon, Lane 4 is Oxford. Lane 1, Oxford, May, Oxford, Lane 5, we have Elgin, Winston, Hockey, Jamal. Lane 6, we have Oxford, Padlock, Messon, O'Hare, Wright.
And we are seeing some good times here. Girls 400 free relay. It's wrapping up the final event of the night time here. And hopefully they'll be able to tabulate and find out. It does look like it's going to be an Oxford victory, I would have to say. But a very challenging Avondale team. Good stuff there. Once again, want to congratulate as of the broadcast here, junior, or I should say the freshman football team here outside this natatorium beat Clarkston 19-7. Talked to 3 of the players there. They were quite excited. Relay A for Oxford's doing well. As we get ready to put the final kiboshes on this one. And again, we thank the array of divers again. Hopefully they'll be able to get that situated next time. And we'll be able to tell you the dive they're doing and who they are. Again, we apologize for that. Again, that's all based on the scoreboard here at the natatorium. Oxford will take 1, 2, I believe, in Relay B. We'll see who gets the 3rd slot. Still more racing to come here. Up on the podium does the girls. The 3rd leg will get ready to dive in. Boom, they're in. As it continues on the 400 free relay. And they are showing Oxford winning in 4. It's not complete, though. 4 minute on Relay B Oxford, a 4:03 with Avondale in lane 5. They're running neck and neck over there in 6 and 5. That's where the competition is right now. .425 on Relay 5A. And that, of course, was a 1-2-3 Oxford punch. Again, Avondale, you know, I guess a smaller team, but I mean, again, they're going to best their personal best. We still got a swimmer out there, and we'll cheer that person on to the very end. That's what we do in swimming. And guys, I'd like to thank Joe Hewitt tonight, running the big camera up here. We want to thank, of course, none other than Dan Weiss, who's on the rover. I don't think he's got many minutes left. As the last swimmer swims in, everybody will cheer her on. As Joe roll in as the last swimmer of our nighttime here. And there you go. She finishes her race, and that's the most important thing. And the swimmers will wait to tabulate. Again, it's Oxford 1, 2, and 3. We'll see what the final score is. To see who wins the meet. Again, it's probably safe to assume Oxford did, but we'll wait till the judges make their decision. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for another natatorium here at the Oxford, again, natatorium. Great to have you with us tonight. A very, very strong Oxford presence here tonight. Want to thank our friends from Avondale for coming out and enjoying, again, a lot of great diving and a lot of great swimming competition. All the divers and swimmers will best themselves. Saw some records here being broken. Oxford's final score, it was 120. I have it right down here. 137-23. Oxford comes in with a victory, but again, we thank our Avondale competitors who, again, came out and they gave their best, and that's really what it's all about in swimming. Anyways, we wrap it up once again. The final score, Oxford 137, Avondale 23 for Dan Weiss, Joe Hewitt. Another one in the books, and we shall mention freshmen pick up a victory in football tonight against the Clarkston Wolves, 19-7. So a good night here by Oxford all around. We'll see you next time on Oxford Community Television. Have a great night, everybody.